Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah Almighty, the most gracious and the most merciful. Dear viewers, our today's topic is very important topic, literature review. In this topic, we will understand what is literature review, why it is conducted, what are its basic ingredients or components, what is its importance, what is its pros, what are its cons, and finally conclusion. So literature review is basically in-depth analysis of what about the already existed published scholarly literature on a specific topic. The literature review is done by the primary and secondary methods of data collections. It is not just a summary of sources. It basically synthesizes information, identifies gaps in knowledge, and demonstrates how your research fits within the broader academic landscape. By doing literature review, the researcher is able to prepare feasibility of the research topic. Literature review is an important component of the research proposal. You people know research proposal is basically outline of the research which the researcher is going to conduct. What are its basic components of literature review? Literature review is clearly defines the topic. First component of the literature review is introduction, in which the researcher clearly defines the topic and its significance, provide necessary background information and context, state the scope and objective, present a thesis statement or guiding questions for the review. Its body of the literature review contains information about the thematically, chronologically, or methodologically organized data. It summarizes and synthesizes key findings, theories, and arguments of the selected sources. Critically evaluates the strength and weakness of the literature. When a researcher conducts a literature review, it comes to know what are the strengths and weakness of the already presented or existing published literature. Critical evaluate the strengths and weakness of the literature includes methodologically limitations, biases, and inconsistencies, identifies areas of agreement and disagreement among researchers, highlights gaps, unanswered questions, and areas for future research, demonstrates the relationship between different studies and concepts. Finally, we conclude that the literature review is basically the study of already published work, analysis of already existed knowledge, and by the analysis of already published existed knowledge, the researcher is able to get or synthesize information, how he will go into creating a novel research by finding out the research gaps in the already existed literature. Now I would like to explain what is the importance of literature review. A well-conducted literature review is crucial for several reasons. First of all, it establishes context. It provides necessary background information about the research, showing how it fits into the existing body of knowledge. It relates present knowledge with the previous knowledge and finally find out the gaps in research. It identifies gaps. He keenly studies the already published work and find out what areas have been neglected by the research and how he would efficiently done this research and will fill the gaps, already existed gaps, avoid redundancy. So in the literature, by conducting literature review, the already published work is not repeated. So its importance that it avoids redundancy. The literature review helps the researchers to inform about the methodology, because by doing or studying or analyzing different research techniques which have already been utilized by the already conducted research or published literature review, what best suits the relevant study to fulfill the research gaps. It also helps us to formulating a theoretical framework. It can help you identify and develop the theoretical underpinnings for your research. Next, demonstrates scholarly credibility. It showcases your knowledge of the field and your ability to critically analyze existing research. Next, it enhances readability. Definitely, when the readers read the already existed knowledge, it will grasp more information and digest more information, and definitely will do its work in the professional manner, in the concise and clear manner, and will get more information and more understanding is developed. And finally, he will provide or synthesize proper data about the research topic. Now, we will study what are the pros and cons of conducting literature review. First of all, it provides comprehensive knowledge because readability is increased, synthesis is increased, organizations of data is increased, research gaps are formulated, and finally, data is interpreted, research methodology is improved, and cost and time of the data analysis and collection and analysis is determined. So it provides comprehensive knowledge. Next, identify the research opportunities. Because the research gaps are formulated and the research opportunities are enhanced by doing literature review. Already done, it avoids redundancy. When research is already conducted, it does not, by doing literature review, the researchers find out already done work, published work, so it avoids repetition of previous studies, informs research designs. By doing literature review, the researcher is able to formulate best research designs for doing his research. Strengthens theoretical framework, because when the researchers done previous studies comparative analysis, so it will strengthen theoretical framework. Enhances scholarly authority, because already scholars have done work on the topic, so it will enhance scholarly authority, synthesize information, no doubt, by combining findings from various sources into a coherent overview. Definitely it is synthesized information. What are cons of the literature review? The pros are more in number than cons, so some little cons are present literature review. So we will study them one by one. First, it is time consuming. Second, informations are overload. If the researcher does not have knowledge or does not have powers to organize the data, so it will overload the researchers. Potential for bias: if the researcher is not unbiased, so it will bias the results. Outdated information is present in the already published work, but by critically analysis of the already done outdated information and find the research gaps, so it may be fruitful, but in this it is a drawback that outdated information may be 50 years old, maybe 20 years old, and so on. Accessibility issues: already published work is not easily available, so there is accessibility issues are also present in the literature review. Risk of superficiality: if the literature review is not done carefully, then it becomes a list of summaries without critical analysis. So literature review should be done critically and comprehensively and very carefully. Then it does not be superficiality. Risk is created. Conclusions: in conclusion, the literature review is a fundamental aspect of the research process. Without the literature review, the research is not completed. It is an important component of the human research proposal. The outline of the research proposal also contains literature review. It serves as a critical foundation, demonstrating your understanding the existing knowledge. It provides feasibility of the topic which you are conducting research. So it is a foundation. It demonstrates your understanding of the existing knowledge, justifying your research and contributing to ongoing scholarly conversations. So it is very important. Without it, the research is not completed. While it can be a demanding task, the insights gained and the rigor it adds to your work are invaluable. So it is invaluable. It provides invaluable contributions. By systematically analyzing and synthesizing previous research, you can effectively position your own work and within the field and pave the way of meaningful contributions. So finally, we have concluded that the literature review is an important component of the research. Without literature review, the research is not completed. So the literature review should be conducted carefully. It provides the research gaps. It synthesizes information, and without the literature review, research is not completed. This is all for today. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz. Goodbye.